Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Oh my God, it's the weekly weigh-in. It's the weekly weigh-in for Peter's health journey. Is this week 19? I think this is week 19. I cannot believe that I have continuously kept up with this weight loss journey for 19 weeks in a row. Oh my God, this is crazy. So crazy. So anyway, if you are watching this on Thursday, I'm filming this on Wednesday. Yes, that's right, because we are currently in Mexico for my husband's 40th birthday. My husband will be 40 on Friday. So we came down here with 3 other couples. Oh, wait, I'm still in Indianapolis. I'm not in Mexico. I'm pre-filming some videos so that I will have them ready to go up on Thursday, some for Friday. But I wanted to weigh in a day early so that I didn't skip 2 weeks of my weight loss journey. So see how committed I am? I am so committed that I weighed myself a day early, okay? And let me just tell you, when I got on the scale today, I was very, very proud of myself. And I was like, you know what? If I had waited one more day, if I could have waited until tomorrow to film this video, I would have had a major success. So anyway, I had a good success. This week was a good week. I'm very proud of myself this week. But we are currently in Mexico. So I do not believe that I will film next week for the weight loss journey. I don't think there's like a scale in the room, and I don't want to talk about what I've been eating bad on vacation and stuff like that. I've kind of like decided, like from my experience of going to Miami and things like that, that I'm so active on vacation anyway, and I walk and I move so much that, and, you know, like swimming and walking around and all that kind of stuff, that it kind of counteracts with what I eat. Plus, when we go to Mexico, in all honesty, I don't eat a lot of snacks. Alex typically gets up and eats breakfast. I sometimes do, but mostly I don't. I might have like a late lunch, like a healthy panini, like a vegan panini, and then I'll have dinner. And dinner's not like it's not a huge meal. Plus, most of the meals that I'm eating are pretty healthy. So, I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. And I don't want to get on a video and be like, yeah, I had this night, and I had that night, whatever. We'll just wait until I get back. So, the following week, which will be the first week of July, I will be posting my next weight loss journey update, and that will be week 20, and I'll let you guys know what my weight is and how I did on vacation, and if I've gained or if I've lost and things like that. So is that 4th of July? That's 4th of July. That'll be 4th of July. So, but I will still film it on 4th of July. So 4th of July, I will be back here for my next video. So let me just tell you, a lot of successes in the last week. In fact, every day since last Wednesday, every single day, I have walked at night, and I'm very, very proud of myself. At first, it started off, and it was like, I think the first night, I've been keeping it in my little journal appointment book downstairs. I've been writing down like how many, like if I go to the pool every single day, I write that down. And I also write down like if I walk and how long I walked for. Just for me to kind of keep track of it for me, right? And so I started it last Wednesday, and I think I walked like 30, 35 minutes. Between like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I walked like 30 minutes to an hour or something like that each night. But I've kind of upped it over time. And so the last couple days, I've done really, really good. I walked between like an hour. One night I walked, what night was it? Let's see. Would have been Monday night. I walked an hour and 45 minutes, and I felt so great afterwards. I've been feeling so good from my walks. I'm back into walking again. I'm very, very proud of myself. Walking at a fast pace, things like that, making sure that I'm walking up a lot of like walking up hills and things like that. So, you know, getting all the muscles worked out and things like that. I haven't started lifting weights yet. I'm planning to do that when I get back in July. And then, like I said last week, I am also going to find a personal trainer to come and explain to me like what I can do at home and set up like a routine to me at home. We have a good friend of ours that is works with a lot of our friends. That's a personal trainer. And so I'm gonna have him come over here and like set up a routine that I can do with like walking, swimming in the summer, things like that. Things that I can do in the house, outside, because I like getting outside as well. And then like a free weights lifting kind of routine that I can do at home. So set up all that kind of stuff. I'm excited about that. And then in July, I'm also going to talk to a dietitian. Now this week, I have done much better on the eating, but I'm still really, really struggling. And so I want to go in and, you know, like with my doctor and talk to my doctor and also talk to my dietitian about like things that I can eat. Maybe some foods are better for me than others and things like that, and find out the appropriate foods. I've done much better this week on the eating. I'm very proud of myself. I think I like, so this is interesting. So we went out for my husband's birthday. So we're going with like so we were going to Mexico with 3 other couples, but there's a couple of his friends that couldn't go. And so we went out to dinner. It was a big group of us. We went out Saturday night, and we went to this place called Livery. And Alex and I split as an appetizer, like this cauliflower thing. And then I had 3 queso and corn empanadas, and I had street corn on the side. And then I also had some of these little like chip things that they had. Not tons of them, probably like 2 or 3 of them. And I got home, and I was like, I had walked before, which is so crazy, right? Like, I'm back in the walking thing, because I was like, I'm going to go out to dinner tonight. So I vlogged, and then I was like, I want to walk after this vlog. And so I walked, I think, for 40 minutes on Saturday night. I walked before. And so after we got done with dinner and stuff like that, I had already made a decision that I wasn't going to go out to the bars and stuff with them afterwards, like, because they all wanted to go out and, you know, have a couple drinks and stuff. So I was like, well, I took an Uber home. So I got home, and I walked for like an hour and 10 minutes that night after I got home. And I felt very, very good about myself. What's interesting is, just to show like how much one meal can really change me, I was still, because I'm still weighing myself every day. I know I shouldn't. I talked to one of my friends the other day. She's like, maybe you should give it a try. It doesn't really seem like it makes a difference to me. I actually, for me, I know people say, like, you shouldn't weigh yourself every day. For me, it kind of keeps me on my toes a little bit. That's the only way. I won't say that it doesn't, like, bring me down a little bit, because it definitely does. Like, that next day, I thought for sure. I was like, even, like, that was the only meal I ate that day, and I thought, there's no way that I, like, gained any weight. In fact, I probably lost, like, a half a pound or something like that, and I was, like, up 0.2 pounds. And I was like, how is this possible, you know? And I don't know if maybe it's some of, like, you know, walking and the muscles and stuff, but I don't think, I mean, I'm walking at a pretty fast pace. I've also been swimming with my neighbor next door. She and I go up to the pool at night, and we swim between 20 and 30 laps, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's enough for me to be getting some upper body strength and things like that. And so it's also a fun way, and we, like, you know, do the breaststroke as we're, like, swimming back and forth, and we'll, like, talk and stuff like that, and we also, like, tread water for our legs and stuff like that. So that's been really helping me too. So I am trying to be more active, which is really, really helping. I would say half the week I made really, really good choices, and half the week, because there was a couple nights that I really wanted to, like, order food in, and I was like, just screw it, I'm just going to order food in. And then at the last minute, I was like, no, you've got stuff in here. I've been going through these Morningstar, which is like, they have, like, vegan, you know, sausage, vegan, all that kind of stuff. They have these, Morningstar has these breakfast sandwiches that's like egg, cheese, vegan sausage, and, like, they're not like biscuits, they're like the flatbread. And I think they're 200 calories each, and they're 15 grams of protein. So I've been eating like 2 of those, and then 2 of the cottage cheeses that are like 110 calories each. And that has been really, really helping me. Better choices I've made, like at brunch on Sunday, we go to Cafe Patachu for brunch on Sunday. It's one of our favorite restaurants. I usually get the gluten-free waffle, which actually sounds worse than it is. It's really not that bad. People ask me why I get the gluten-free one. I'm not gluten. I get the gluten-free one because somebody that worked there recommended it to me and said it was better, it's more airy than the regular waffle. So I get the gluten-free waffle. That's why I get it, and it's delicious. But a gluten-free waffle with butter and syrup is not healthy. I think we know that, right? In comparison to other things. And so sometimes I get an omelet there. I haven't actually for a while. I usually get like an omelet, bagel, stuff like that. So they have a sandwich there called the Fat Rabbit, and it's like sprouts and arugula and tomato and cucumber and all this kind of stuff. So I got that, and I also got a cup of fruit, and I think I got chips too. I can't remember. But anyway, I got a cup of fruit. And so I only ate half the sandwich. I was real full, and so I brought it home because I knew I would be hungry later and I would want to eat something. And I knew that my husband and I were going to watch some shows that night. So I was like, I'm going to eat something while I'm watching it, right? So I brought the rest of half the sandwich home, and the fruit, I put tahini on the fruit, and I had this extra half of the sandwich. He was actually asleep, so I ended up watching Below Deck and eating that. But it was perfect, right? And so that's one of the things I'm trying to learn too, is like space out the food and eat it better and things like that. It's all, like, this is all just a learning experience for me, because it's not like, I think the one thing that's different about this than all the times in the past is that it was always like I was trying to meet this goal, and then once I got to the goal, it was like, celebrate, right? But these are things I'm trying to learn to implement for my life, like over the next 20 years of my life, hopefully, right? That I learn these things, like when I go out to eat, like when I'm full, stop. And I'm not somebody that usually brings food home. I just don't, because if it's home, I will eat it. But like that was purposeful that day, because I knew I would want to order something that night. Like I said, I can't have snacks in the house, you know? And like, even like late at night when I'm hungry, I will get in that freezer and I will put up 2 Trader Joe's meals and make a can of soup, because that's all we have. We don't have any snacks, right? But then, like I said last week, like I have to stop myself and be like, this is the same mentality that you do before. Even if it's healthy food, you're still like, it's a mass amount of food, right? And so I have been stopping myself. There's like been once or twice that I started to do that, and I was like, no, stop it, right? I think like, when I get back from vacation, one of the things I want to do is I want to get like really healthy fruit, like melon and stuff like that, and have it in the house. I've been meaning to get cucumbers and have that stuff to snack on. I'm finding myself late at night, like wanting to snack on something. I've been drinking a lot of water this week. I'm very, very proud about myself. I'm proud of myself for the water and for the walking. And if I could continue with the water, and let's say if I had one day a week where I allowed myself to eat, you know, maybe not healthy and order something or whatever, and save it as like a treat day. Not a cheat day, but a treat day, right? If I saved it, I don't dislike the word cheat day, but for me, it has like a negative connotation to it instead of treating yourself because you've been doing so well. So if I allow myself to have like a treat day, like once or twice, you know, a week, like I don't think that's too bad, as long as I'm like walking, lifting weights, swimming laps in the summer, and the rest of the week I'm trying to like make like pretty good food choices, right? And maybe on those days, I even like make food choices that are better. You know, it's interesting because like years ago, I can remember when I would say like, I'm going to have a cheat day. And then like my husband would say to me, why don't you just have like a cheat meal instead of a cheat day? I don't really eat that much. In fact, so many people have suggested to me like intermittent fasting. But when I tell people how I eat, they're like, you really already kind of do intermittent fasting. I eat 1 meal a day, typically. I mean, if I review something on a review channel like today, you know, like I was like looking through this stuff to review, I might like eat like one thing or drink like one thing or something like that. But you know, I don't typically like snack throughout the day. I can't remember the last time I did that. I eat like one time a day, and it's usually like when everything's done for the day and Alex and I've sat down, I'll like sit down and eat, and that's the only time. What happens is at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm up watching shows and he's asleep, I start getting really, really hungry and I want to graze, right? And the problem with that is if I have a lot of stuff here in the house, if I have snacks, if I have chips, if I have stuff, this is why when I review stuff, I have to get rid of it. Like I talked about that, I think last week or maybe in a vlog. Like if I have it in the house, I will eat it. And I don't even care if I don't like it. It's not even about that sometimes to me. I reviewed these things that I got at Trader Joe's, and they were like these crispy, I don't know, they were like some snacks or whatever. I had forgotten they were even up there, and I was so hungry one night that I pulled those out of there, and I didn't even like them. Like, as I was eating them, I was like, I don't even enjoy them, but I was so hungry, right? I've got to have stuff in the house, and I think for me, like, especially being a vegetarian, to have more, like, I don't want to eat a lot of fruit late at night because of sugar, but to have like vegetables, you know, like especially like cucumbers and stuff like that, I have to be very careful because I like to dip stuff in it, like chips, pizza, fries, everything. I like to dip into something. So I got to be careful not to have dip, right? So if I have cucumbers and I have it like in vinegar or something, like that's a very healthy snack for me. So when I get back from Mexico, I want to go to the grocery store and make some really healthy choices as far as having some stuff around the house for snacks, because that's one of the things I've really realized. But I think if I talk to the dietitian and find out some ways to eat about things, and I have a personal trainer set up a plan of doing appropriate workouts and things like that, and I continue to walk and swim in the summer and drink the water and all that kind of stuff and make good eating choices, I no way doubt that I can meet my goals at all. I 100% believe that I can meet my goals, right? And so I got on the scale today. Now last week, I was 207.1, all right? I'd like gone up a week, down a week, right? Like gone down a week, up a week, and I was back down a week, right? This week, you know, I thought I was going to go to the scale and I would be like 202. I was like, I had weighed myself a couple days this week, so I knew that wasn't going to happen. But I was like, you know, I have been walking so hard every single night. I've been listening to my audiobooks and stuff. I was like, I'm going to get on the scale and I'm going to be like 202. Now, I think last summer, the lowest I've been in maybe like the last 12 years, I think was last summer. And I know if I got down to 202. I'd have to look on my phone, which is downstairs right now uploading a video. I think I was either at 202 or 203. I think that was the lowest that I got last year because I was so close to 200. I was like, if I could just keep it up. But see, I get so close and then I'm like, I sabotage myself. I'm like, yo, you can do it tomorrow. You can do it tomorrow. And then I started ordering food and that's what happened. That's how we ended up here, right? So it's all about the thinking. You know, it's so funny when we talk about like, you know, like food issues and eating addiction and food addiction and things like that. And, you know, in recovery from addiction from drugs and alcohol, we talk about how it's a thinking disease, not a drinking disease. And that's so true too, to like food and food issues, is that it's so much about like how I think about these things and my thinking and thinking ahead and like having healthy snacks because I know I'm going to be hungry in 2 nights, or I'm going out to dinner, so let's walk before, and then making better choices. And when I come home, instead of just sitting in a chair and watching a show, getting out and walking again, right? Because I just had this big dinner. And so for me, it's just about a lot of like thinking things through and making better choices. And I'm doing that today. And I'm very, very proud of myself that I'm doing that today. So I got on the scale today and I was 206 pounds. So I've lost 1.1 pounds since last week. Well, it's not entirely necessarily a whole week because I'm weighing myself on Wednesday instead of Thursday, but I was very, very proud of myself. I was like, I lost 1.1 pounds. If I keep on going at this rate, okay, by the end of the summer, I will be well below 200 pounds. I'm very proud of myself. I'm on that way. It gave me some inspiration. And I do have to say this, that when we got back from Mexico, I think in January, I think I was 207 something, either right at 207 or 207 something. And so I'm like less than what I was when we got back from Mexico last time, and I'm very proud of myself about that. One of the things that's like real hard is that the 3 couples that were going on this trip, we're going with my brother and sister-in-law, Fufu and Jesse, that live in California. I cannot wait to spend a week with them. And then we're going with one of Alex's girlfriends and her boyfriend. And then we're going with another one of our friends. It's like one of our oldest friends and his fiance. And all of these people, including my husband, are very, very fit, okay? And like most of them work out on a pretty regular basis and are in shape and things like that, right? And so it's hard for me because I'm like, I'm going to be sitting next to these people in a bathing suit all week long and whatever, but you know what, like, it is what it is, right? You can't lose 40 pounds in a week, and they don't care. And if they don't care, why should I care? You know, just enjoy my trip. But at the same time, I'm very proud of myself that I'm going into this trip less than what I weighed when I came back from Mexico in January. So I'm very proud of myself. This has been a good week. This has been a good week of teaching me that I can do it. If I stick to it, I can do it. So anyway, I will see you guys on July 4th for my next weigh-in. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for Peter's Movie Club. Bye.